morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, well, we're going to be working on the 6.0. So I gave it some time, and I've kind of been thinking about the truck, trying to figure some different stuff out. About a week ago, went to Harbor Freight, picked up one of these solar panel trickle chargers, and well, I also had another charger of my own, which I have in here, that I bought for the 300, and I wasn't really driving it, as you can see here. So this is actually lower than it was earlier, which is weird, but I got this thing charged up to a little over 12 volts. I'm gonna hop in the truck. We're gonna look at a few things on the tuner, and I'm sure this is probably some of our issues here. So 12.8 volts. This has been on here for 24-ish hours now, and well, we're gonna see what this thing does. So I'm actually gonna unplug this and the other one, and we're gonna try some stuff with the truck, like I said, and see if we can get an oh yeah, it's coming back. So yeah, it was at 14.5 earlier, 14.6, something like that. So I figured that just moved over a little bit, so we're coming right back up. So like I said, I'm gonna get these unplugged off the truck here, and well, we're gonna first see if the truck will start, A, and B, I'm gonna do a few things, and we're gonna see if we can figure out what is the deal with the transmission, and well, we'll go from there. So this alternator, if y'all remember, is brand new. So I'm hoping it hasn't already gone bad, but if the truck starts, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna play with the transmission a little bit, because that's more of my concern than anything. And well, if the transmission seems to work with more voltage, that'll be a great thing. And if I can get some time this week, I'll pull this alternator off, take it and have it tested. If it's bad, I'll buy another one. Or I haven't decided what I want to do with the alternator, if I want to upgrade or go with another stock replacement, or what's the deal. But warranty's already out on that one, because it's been sitting on the shelf for a couple years. But anyway, let's get all this stuff off the truck, and well, let's see what she does. All right, so right off the rip, everything sounds healthier. Ooh. Interesting. Wow. So, yeah, you can see, we're showing a little under 11 volts. So, like I said, I'm going to mess around with this, see if we can figure out something about the transmission. I know we're not charging, but I do still have the trickle charger on it. This one, I still have that one on it. So I took the solar panel charger off. I don't really think it is really doing much for this truck anyway, myself personally, but it is still charging through the little trickle charger over here. So like I said, I'm gonna go through here, I'm gonna mess around with some stuff with the transmission. I also have a snap-on Solus in there. Thank you, Kirk, for letting us use that. So I'm gonna also probably take it, look through a few things, but let's see if we can figure out something here with the truck. Okay, so I'm gonna try to take this thing up the road and see what it does. But obviously the battery light's on, but if you look at the tuner here, it's very obviously not charging. So like I said, I'm going to take it up the road here and manually shift it and see what she does, because I was quite interested in seeing about that kind of thing. So I know Bless Performance recommends a trans relearn when you do a tune and whatnot, which in a way, essentially that's what you're doing. You're manually shifting the truck, and you know, you stop, put it in reverse, you do it again at different levels of throttle. But I'm quite interested to see what she does here. So let's try it in, you know, just regular drive. See what she does. And I also have, you know, command gear here on the tuner, so y'all can watch that. Oh, she shifted. Oh, that makes me very happy. So it looks like it not shifting might have been a battery thing. Now, mind you, we're only going 20. So since battery voltage still looks good, I'm going to take it a little further. And, well, let's see what happens. We're still in drive. So she's in. Yeah. So, like I said, at some point we might need to do a relearn completely. But at very least, it is shifting today. So I'm going to keep driving here, and I'm not going to go far with it. We'll turn around right up here and come back. But it is nice to see that it is at least shifting again. All right, so it is the next day. I have a 300 full of parts to go to sandblast this week. Better the white truck's full of parts to go to sandblast this week as well. Old discontinued 10 to 12 kit. But anyway, as you can see, we ditched the solar panel charger because I don't think it's doing anything. Especially this truck having 2 batteries. So, and I'm also finding cigarette butts in my yard now, which, if you don't know, I don't smoke. My grandpa doesn't smoke. So, I don't know why these are just scattered around, and especially kind of around my trucks. Because there's even more, and these weren't here yesterday. So that's interesting, and nobody's been here but me. So very interesting. But anyway, I got this thing back yesterday, took it for a drive. But I got this thing back here yesterday, kind of around this time, and as you can see, this has unplugged itself. So we'll plug that guy back in. But we are showing a full charge. So, well, now it's charging more because I just charged back in, but I just plugged it back in. But took this thing on a bit of a drive yesterday, probably 3-ish miles, somewhere in there. Now we do have a bit of a flare in the shifts. I didn't film any of that, but because I didn't want to go too far. So it did shift okay until I got back. But by the time I got back here, I stopped out here in the road, and it didn't want to downshift back into third, but you know, everywhere else it upshifted fine, it downshifted fine. Like I said, it does have a bit of a flare in the transmission and the shifting and whatnot, so that is something that we'll have to get worked out. But regardless, trying to get this thing charged up. I've been working on the computer all day today, talking to some companies about some stuff, especially with the new truck, and then vinyl stuff and getting quotes. But we are next thing we're going to do with this is we're going to pull this alternator off. It doesn't appear to be charging, so we're going to pull the alternator off, take it, get it tested to see if it is a wiring harness issue or if it's an alternator issue. As you can see, this is a brand new alternator. I've mentioned it a few times, but knowing my luck with things, you know, it's probably not far-fetched to believe that I got a bad one out of the box. So like I said, maybe this afternoon, hopefully. I'm trying to get through everything today. I just wanted to get out here and film before it starts getting dark. So hopefully before the end of the day, I can get out here, we'll pull this thing off, and we'll take it maybe tonight, hopefully, and get it tested. Like I said, I got a bed full of parts in the white truck, got a trunk full of parts in the 300. I need to get all those out and get pictures of everything so I know what is going what color, and get my itemized list for sandblast and all that fun stuff, and get powder ordered and, you know, all that fun stuff. So this we are going to try to figure out this week. It's looking like I don't have a super busy week this week, which, you know, for my body and my sanity is nice, but I'm also trying to make a bunch of money, so that's also that. But I'm going to push this back in here like that, and for whatever reason this thing seems to charge as we got hit by the hood there. This thing seems to charge more or less if you move it, which is kind of weird. But like I said, I'm gonna let it sit on here for another hour or so, and then we will move it to the other battery, let it be charging that guy up. And if anyone is concerned about this cord on my headlight, this headlight is already screwed, so I'm not worried about it. Thank you, you know who you are, for doing donuts around my truck in a gravel driveway. But we'll talk about that at some point too. We'll have a story time. So anyway, that is your 6.0 update. It's looking like the transmission may not be shot, which is very good, very nice. So I'm trying to get this thing figured out. I think we got the white truck figured out. It doesn't like cold starting for some reason. There will be a video coming up on that, but I'm trying to get this figured out. The 300's good. It has a bit of a shudder in it. I think the transmission's low on fluid, so I got to figure out how to put fluid in that because it doesn't have a regular dipstick. So we'll get that figured out. I also almost think the cats are getting clogged in this, so I've been looking at some maybe high flow cats or something like that. So we'll get that sorted, and then like I said, we are working on getting the 6.0 sorted as well. So trying to get everything sorted before the new F-150 comes in. If y'all haven't seen that video, go check that out. But anyway, guys, that's your little 6.0 update. So I got to get back in here, get back to work. So with that being said, guys, if y'all enjoyed today's video, maybe you found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.